Alright guys, so I wanted to talk to you guys about one of the issues I needed to address when adding a spare tire carrier, the obstruction of the backup camera from the factory. Let me see if I can get this going. This is an inexpensive camera and rear view mirror screen combo setup thing. It has multiple features. So the main feature is that it is a touchscreen. This is a 4K screen as advertised. It records directly to a micro SD card that is at the top up here. And so this actually doubles as a dash cam as well. There's a camera facing up front. As you can see, you're able to record what's going on in front of you. And one of the cool things, since this is a 4K camera and it's a wide angle camera, there's actually a lot of real estate that you're not seeing on the screen. So with this touch screen, you can actually adjust the angle of view that you want. And when you're recording, when you actually pull this video and put it on like your computer or whatever, you have the full aspect ratio, not just the part of what you're seeing on the screen. So it's recording the full thing and it's displaying just the section that you need. On this side of the screen, the touch feature is the brightness control. And so if you touch it, there's a few features. There's voice recognition. That's a feature I don't really use just because it's not the greatest. You can take stills. Obviously there's a record button. There is your settings, and then you can lock certain segments. So in your settings, this is kind of what it looks like. Installation for this was pretty easy. It comes with the screen. It also comes with the auxiliary camera, the one that is hooked up to the back, which is facing the wall right now. This model came with a GPS unit, so it actually displays your speed up here. The GPS unit's about, I would say about this big, and it has an adhesive. When I pop this down to be able to run these wires, I just mounted it up in here. I just stuck it with the adhesive, and that's where the GPS module itself is hidden. And I have the wires running down through here. I have the screen itself hardwired into the 12-volt fuse under the dash to run whenever the car starts up. So the camera's back here. As you can see, I think I paid about 80-90 bucks for this thing. Highly recommended, especially if you're running a rear tire carrier. As you saw, you lose your factory rear view camera. So you can run it off, and it is still a regular mirror, so you could use it that way. One of the things I had to get used to was not relying on this mirror to look into the back seat. You do lose the ability to just kind of peek in the mirror and see what's going on in the back seat. So if you have a kid or a dog or anything like that, you do have to turn your head to look back there. But that being said, one of the features of doing something like this, if you don't have to worry about stuff like that, when I was moving, I was using the RAV4 to move a lot of gear, and it was filled all the way up to the top, and I wasn't able to see out the back. And so I was able to still see what was going on behind me. And so having a camera back there just showing me versus trying to use a mirror was definitely clutch. You do get a little bit of glare with the headlights in the evening, especially if it's like late in the evening and there's no other cars to kind of light things and even out the exposure. It does get a little bit of a glare in the screen, but it's still definitely very usable. I drive with this pretty much the entire time. Whenever the car is running, I'm using this. I'm not using the regular mirror. I know a lot of you guys have been asking questions about my setup. I hope this answered a lot of the questions. I try to answer all of the questions that I usually get. And so if you have any other questions that I didn't cover, let me know in the comments below. I mean, it's a pretty simple overall setup, pretty inexpensive. It runs like any other dash cam would, how you would expect it to run. It records to the memory card, and you're able to actually view the content here too. So if you swipe to the right, it takes a little bit, but you can see that you can actually review the content in your footage here, and it'll play. I'll link the information down in the description below, but it seems like most of these screens are pretty much the same. So I would go with whatever you can find at the best deal. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I really like it, other than the little bit of a learning curve in terms of looking over your shoulder to look in the back seat versus peeking in the mirror. And there you have it, everyone. Thanks for checking out this episode. As always, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up. This is Danny Rocksteady checking out. I'll see you guys in the next one.